Very good morning, students. Now see, uh, from this paragraph, I have finished 3-4 lines in last video. Okay, but I am linking the paragraph, so I am starting from here. See, a few moments later, this page number is 19. Okay, this is 19 page number of your textbook. Now see, a few moments later, we all lifted our eyes in awe as a spectacular array of South African jets, helicopters, and troop carriers roared in perfect formation over the Union buildings. It was not only a display pinpoint precision and military force, but the demonstration of military's loyalty to democracy. As we have already seen, the total picture was the loyalty of military to the democracy, to a new government that had been highest generals of the South African Defense Force and Police, their chests bedecked with ribbons and medals from days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. I was not unmindful of the fact that not so many years before they would not have saluted but arrested me. Here he is remembering, now these people in front of me, they are saluting me, but so many years before they were ready to arrest me. Why this is so? See, because he was a rebellion. Okay, he was a revolter. He wanted to change the society. That society is unmindful, and that fact that many years before they would not have saluted but arrest me. Finally, a chevron. Now see, what is chevron? See here, a pattern in the shape of V. A pattern in the shape of V, chevron. Now see, of Impala jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, gold of a new South African flag. Okay, these things were contained in South African flag. The day was symbolized for me by the playing of two national anthems and vision of whites singing Kosi Sikel, that is Africa, and black singing Die Stem, the old anthem of the Republic. This is the old anthem of Republic. Okay, although that day neither group knew the lyrics of anthem, they once despised. See here, despise, it means had a very low opinion of, with a very low opinion. They would soon know the words by heart. On the day of the inauguration, I was overwhelmed with the sense of history. In the first decade of 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War and before my own birth, the white-skinned peoples of South Africa patched up their defenses and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. The structure they created formed the basic of one of the harshest, here the word is harshest, most inhuman societies the world has ever known. Now see this paragraph again I am explaining. On the day of inauguration, I was overwhelmed. Okay, on the day of his oath, he was overwhelmed. You know, overwhelmed, he was overexcited with the sense of history. He was just reminding history in his mind. In the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War, before my own birth, the white-skinned people of South Africa patched up their differences and erected system of racial domination against the dark-skinned peoples of their own land. The structure they created formed the basic of one of the harshest, most inhuman. How was his experience? The white people were behaving with the dark people, how inhuman. Okay, they were treating inhuman societies the world societies the world has ever known. They were too harsh, they were too inhuman. No one was before it. Are you getting this sentence? No one was before it, this type of inhumanity before. Now in the last decade of the 20th century and my own 8th decade as a man, that system had been overturned forever and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedoms of all peoples, regardless of the color of their skin. And now it's in 20th century. Now no color, no any discrimination about color. There is not any discrimination about their religion and about their gender. The 20th century has been contain all these things. That day, now see next paragraph. This is page number 20. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of people. People, those suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. Okay, in this war, those people who has recollected or counted, they never be who suffer and who courage, they never be counted or repaid. Okay, they never be counted. It means their work is countless, their work is not repairable. I felt that day as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. I was pained that I was not able to thank them. Those people who were not in front of the other people, for example, who sacrifices their lives. Mr. Nelson Mandela is now oathing as a president. Okay, but at this post, to reach at this post, so many people's sacrifice is there. Okay, and he is missing them. The people are not there. They sacrifices their life. And what happened next? See. And thank them, and they were not able to see that their sacrifices had wrought. Wrought, it means fashion, old fashion, formal word. It is done or achieved. Their sacrifices had achieved someone or something. Okay. Next, the policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. All of us will spend many years, in not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. But the decades of the oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced the Oliver Thambos, Walter Sisulu, and Chip Luthulus, the Yusuf Dadus and Bram Fiskus, Robert Sukos of our time. Men such as extraordinary. These men at that time, these were extraordinary men at the time of Nelson Mandela. Extraordinary courage, wisdom and generosity that their like may never be known again. It means they will never be known again. They were they only at that time. Perhaps it requires such a depth of operation to create such a heights of character. My country is rich in the minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people, finer and truer than the poorest diamonds. Now, we are going to stop here and take care of you.